loves, welcome to the monthly. And can you guys believe is the also quarter four planning stream? This is crazy. It's we have what, 4 more days of September, and then we have 3 months of 2025, and that will be it. Um, I will also let you guys know that there's gonna be a moment that I'm gonna step out to grab my and my mom's food because it's getting delivered. I had a credit and I kind of like wanted um to use it. So yeah, I've been this I gave it a thought not Wednesday, Thursday, because I was in like deadline mode. I am still in deadline mode, but for different reasons, and it will come into the conversation once we talk about like planning, what are we doing, what are goals, blah blah blah, all that. Um, but I Wednesday, I don't know what time. It was probably early evening, late afternoon. I uploaded the last book that Sally had to get done. Um, Hold on, friends. Okay, there we go. Trying to keep tabs on it, but my app keeps like freezing. I don't get it. Anyways, so I finish uploading that, and it's done, it's there. I check it a bunch of times to make sure that it was there. And it's ready to go for the release date. And once that was that, my brain was just like, done. We're not thinking about anything else. I just literally vegged out at in my bed. Also, I'm on my period. I'm on the tail end, but the last few days of that book's deadline was in the thick of it when I have the most pain, I am the most sick. I went through it. So, but we got it done. Uh, Thursday I started thinking a lot of things. Because I'm gonna be honest, I've been procrastinating a lot of things. A lot of things. I am not where I wanted it to be, probably mid-year. Um, so my approach to the last quarter of the year is gonna be slightly different. I I already had this idea to do this last quarter, the the previous quarter, the one that is gonna end in the next couple of days. Um, and I am gonna see if it works, then I will be kind of like oscillating. I'm gonna be treating the quarters more like an accelerated year. So this is gonna sound like a lot of people know about this, and if you don't, Google it because I am not gonna be the best at explaining it. So I will be doing the 12-week year in this last quarter because if I can think about my year sort of in a way, when you're in uni and your university goes by trimesters and not semesters, and it kind of like accelerates to a certain point, how quickly you can get your degree. So I kind of like want to treat the 12-week year for me that kind of way, like every quarter accelerates my year. Uh, so I can, if I consistently show up for it, then I will be able to get a year worth of work on those in those 12 weeks, and then the next 12 weeks I can get a year worth of work on the next thing that I have. Because y'all know I have a couple of pen names. I'm not going to say the amount because I don't need to be reminded how insane I am. So it's fine. It's fine. It's it eventually be manageable. Right now it's not, but it's okay. Not everything is in the plate. Uh so the idea is like finding a way that I can, okay, for the next 12 weeks I'm going to work really hard on this two things plus life. So three things. I'm always gonna have a life thing because life will be lifing, and if I don't give it a space, then it will just completely eat the time for my other thing. So yeah, I I can say based on our prompts, I am a little scattered. I know. Uh, because also I just woke up from a nap, so I'm just like my brain is like, what? Um, so I can say that I don't really have any loose ends. I have some loose ends, but because other things. But I don't have any loose ends from September that I'm bringing to October. So that's kind of like the first time in this year that I'm not bringing anything, that nothing is coming with me, and I'm just like, huh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Um, for October, any important dates? Um, oh, I need to check. I don't think they have done the the schedule for that week. Hold on, friends, because I there's gonna be a day that I might want to ask of. Okay, they haven't, and I need a calendar. Need October. Okay, and the day that I need is a Wednesday. Okay, so yeah, I could ask for that day. I know I have a holiday, I think, on this month. Uh, I think there's only one date that I want to take, that I want to ask off work. That is hoping that what the, let me reload let me close a bunch of things. Sometimes cell phones, they just are crazy. Okay, we probably okay. So that will be, there's only one date. And then this is where we can talk about my, or not crazy, but me approaching the last, mm, and it's not the last 12 weeks. So let me share. Let me say hi to y'all before I keep yapping, and then share the screen with the class. We got Daisy and I Regina. Hello, hello, hello. And Daisy's like, no, I'm in denial about being the last 3 months of the year. It is the final quarter. We got a Rachel. Hello, hello. Can't believe quarter four. It's quarter four already. It's so just right there. And we got a Victoria. Hello, friend. Long time no see. It seems I know a lot of women or people with women, but what is the term? I know a lot of people who menstruate who are on their period this week exactly, and I'm like, did something happen? Deadline mode. What's that? Says the woman who has over 68,000 and still has 3 chapters to go. It's okay. It's okay. Oh Lord, this stream reminds me that this is a social media scheduling weekend. Yeah. I really need to get that book, The 12-Week Year. I read the audiobook on Spotify. I don't know if your library has it. Um, I'll get there. I know I'll get there. It's just gonna take a while. Um, JC, does that book break the laws of physics? Mayhaps. But what are rules and laws this says? Well, women in the same group are said to often sync up the same time frame as far as cycles. Yeah, that has happened to me, but there's like a lot of like this is a lot of people who are not in the same circle of friends. And I haven't spent a lot of time with anyone because I've just been so like head down to meet this deadline and try not to lose the last few marbles that I have, but I don't think that's one of these planets that is retrograding. I don't remember. But yeah, let me share. 1 second, friends. Nope, this is not it. I swear, I'm not enjoying the new, there we go. Let's see. Let me move myself here. God, Lord Jesus, can you guys see part of my notion? Welcome to just a sliver of my Notion page. Just a sliver. Just a sliver. Less. That's how much I'm gonna show. So I am let me take some water. 1 second. So from Sunday, October the 5th through Saturday, December the 27th, those are 12 weeks, Sunday through Saturday. So I'm taking those 12 weeks to focus on technically three areas, but it's mostly two. Um, I'm still keeping the life things area in like a in focus because there's a few things that I want to do before the year ends, and there is a specific like weekly, like you see that weekly sweep and mop front of the house. That's something that I want to do weekly now, cuz until I can um trick my dog Sam into letting me um cut her cut her hair, she is gonna be shedding so much hair. And most of her hair will stay at the front of the house. So I need to sweep that constantly, and I just like I cannot do this daily, but if I can do it maybe Saturdays or Sundays, it will be fine. I also need to mop because she goes out into like the front patio a lot. So she brings a lot of like a little bit of like dust and maybe a little bit of dirt from the ground. And that's why I put sweep and mop. Sweep her hair because she's shedding it, and mop the dirt that comes in every time she goes out to the front patio. Because part of it is cement, but part of it is still grass. Um, I do want to sell the dining table. The dining table here is one too huge. It's ridiculous. And we have never been a family to sit on a dining table to eat. Um, so it's just a dumping place, and it's just messy, and it just occupies too much space. So I am gonna like take everything out, clean it, take really good pictures, and probably just sell it through Facebook Market. It's the easiest way. Um, there's some electricity problems that I need to address, and then I do want to do a deep clean in the kitchen, and I do want to do a deep clean here. Hopefully, when I do that, I can paint this room. I've been thinking a lot about that. Painting this room and maybe making a accent wall. I don't know which wall yet, but that's in the back of my head. Hello, Alicia. Hello, hello. Besides the life things, there are two, I'm going to be focusing on my projects as Esther Marie, and I'm going to be focusing on the last few things I want to get done for 2025 and 2026 for Sally. So I want to finish revisions for the K-pop book. I didn't say finish because I am not too far in, so if they're not done by the end of the year, I'm not gonna be bummed out. I also want to zero draft Project Guardian. So those are the two things that I want to get done for myself and my writing author career. And then for Sally, which I think I'm gonna vlog this insanity. So the first thing is publish this noting duology. So Sally already has a few winter short romances. One of them is Snowden, and that book gets read the entire year. And I'm telling you, the entire year, I'm still dumbfounded, and I'm still like, I, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, how did I do this and how can I replicate it? So I think this is gonna be my attempt to try to replicate it. Um, so I'm gonna be publishing two Snowden duologies. This is prime time to do that. People are like looking for like fall and wintry books, so this is the time. This is also I all but it was in my plans. It has always been in my plans for this later half of the year to zero draft another holiday romance. So that's another thing. And I do want to outline and draft a series. Book one is already out, and I want to, get done two, three, and four before the end of the year. So what I need to get done is like the revisions and editing and proofreading, and then get them all out fairly quickly. They're also kind of like summery books, so I want to have them drafted so I have enough time to get them ready for like June, July, August dates, sort of. Um, Sorry for this. I'm just like looking at the uh map. They're getting very close, so I may have to skedaddle for a couple of minutes. Um, so what's gonna be the this is all fine and dandy, but I need to have a workflow and I need to stick to it. And I will be right back. So you guys enjoy looking at that and I don't know, piecing it together, guessing things. I don't know. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I will eat this in a bit. Oh God, let me move this. Oh, can I put this there? Okay. Okay, let's see. Regina's like, I'm exhausted listening to all of your goals, but you're still young, it's fine. It happens. It happens. Um, my Q4 goals are finish the romance, get it edited and published before Christmas, and work on inimitable books, school lessons, and book production inquiry. Nice. I got the third romance in the All West novella published in Q1 and revised the dystopian. That's awesome. That is awesome, awesome. Um, I'm, I should say, I, I do feel tired with everything that I put on my plate. Um, but also there's like a very specific type of very laid back lifestyle that I want to get, and to get to that I need to get to a point where working to pay the bills is happens just on its own, um because there's enough work of me out, of all of my sites in this brain out. um it's not that I will ever stop writing, but I would love to have enough work, but enough of a body of work that I can slow down. But that's not happening yet. So we keep chugging along. So I left before we started talking about workflow. So I look back and I usually work during the week. Usually I work 2 to 3 days. Usually. It's usually a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or maybe is a Monday, Tuesday, Friday, or maybe is Monday, Thursday, Friday, things like that. And I always work Saturdays. The only time that I don't work Saturdays is because I asked of it. So that means that in my week work days, I should make that, even though I separated Saturday, but week work days, I will be focusing on my projects. So that means, because I work all in an office, I spend 5 hours minimum sitting and in front of a computer and working with a lot of numbers. So when I come home, the last thing that I want to do is to sit down immediately. So I have been able to, at least on work days, sit here around 6:30, maybe 7, and work for 4 hours. So I may be here until 9, 9:30, 10. Sometimes if I'm in a really good flow, I will be here until 11 or 11:30, which is when my mom goes to bed. So that's kind of like my ultimate cutoff. So I know I can get a good 4 hours. of work time during the week, days that I work. So I have designated I'm gonna do 2 hours of revisions and 2 hours of draft. Um, and then in the early afternoon before I work, I can do some light home life work. Um, maybe one day I come and I just like clear half of the table, and then the next day I clear the other half, and then the next day I'll just do some cleaning, and then the next day I move it in a way that I can take photos and things like that, and like for the dining table, so on and so forth. And then I always have Sundays off, and then I have 2 days off during the week. So my off work days, I'm gonna dedicate 7 hours to Sally. So 3 hours in the morning and the 4 hours in the evening. And in the afternoon, I'll do 2 hours of life work. Um, kind of situation. And then Saturdays, I've learned through the months that at that point I am so tired. It's usually the day that I talk to the most people, so my social battery it's very low. Which mean my energy as a human being is very low. Uh, so I decided to, we do some light life work. Maybe that's the day that I'm just gonna sweep and mop the front of the house, call it a day, and I will work on my newsletter and marketing. I usually take my laptop that day at work. It's just easier. Um, so I can go on Canva and work on some graphics. Uh, Open my Notion and draft my upcoming newsletters. Maybe schedule some of them. Maybe sometimes I could go into book funnel and start like if it's already the end of the month, which is something that I need to do tomorrow. Is start joining newsletters and sales promos. Uh, Maybe I'm gonna see. I'm not entirely sure. I may see if I try some newsletter swap. Maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. Not yet sure. Because swaps do a lot of them do require a lot more things that I don't have yet. So it's okay. Uh, and I just admin work that I can do at my job, and I can do for a couple hours in the evening. I am not gonna pile a lot of things on Saturday. Saturdays I kind of like my days that I just I'm gonna watch an episode or a few episodes of something. Saturday evenings are usually the days that I play repo with friends. Um, if um if someone can and we're not playing repo, I most likely will open my Sims and just torture my Sims or build something. So it's more like light work and me work. And like me, just me, myself, and I. Um, there are a few series that I want to watch. I need to be careful with that because I tend to binge things. Hold on. I read Regina's goals. Okay. Alicia says, my main goal for quarter four is to publish my Christmas short story, which I'm so excited. So excited for you, Alicia. And since Beacon is being published in a couple of days, uh, that's what I got to work on quarter four. I'm so far behind on my marketing. That happens. That a lot of the times because it's true, the best thing the best thing that will move your books is write more books. So that's usually what happens, that we just focus on writing the next book. But we gotta find a moment to do some marketing. Especially if we kind of like need a little bit of a rest time and let our brains, percolate some ideas. Rachel says, my goals are to finish the rough draft of my current draft and write two more rough drafts by the end of the year. You can write some crazy amount of words in a short time, so I have faith that you can do this. Hands down. And we got a Tiffany. Hello, Tiff. How are you, friend? Um, I don't know why it sounded that way. I'm um I'm so not in the right head. That sounds even worse. Anyways, Tiffany says, why does it never tell me you're streaming? I hate missing the beginning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We already talked about that, so I don't need to show my Notion anymore. Um, and I was also stressing that I will just hover the mouse where I shouldn't and then show a bunch of things that I cannot. So let's see. And Regina asks, Tiffany, you just published a title, right? And Tiffany says, I just published two titles this month. Bras, which if I remember, that's from your football series. The God, it kills me when I cannot get the series names from the top of my head, but I know it's a football series. I can see the cover. The Storming Cobras, and then Kirby Cabin Mix Up, which is this the I think I've seen the cover too. So Regina was like, Yay, I will go shopping. And thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Tiffany says, I think I'm doing the life curriculum thing, and one of my focus is gonna be marketing. Ooh, love that. I so for this um writing life curriculum that I'm doing, if no one has seen the video, it's perfectly okay. I'm not telling you to go and watch it. I mine is focusing more on like storytelling. Like I have that's one of the ways that I've been able to carve those 4 hours of writing, because it is a I call it a workshop class, so I have to attend it. And I also have the ones where I'm currently reading this book. I think I have 3 more weeks of this book, and then I switched to another book, and that's kind of like I am like my curriculum is right now concentrating in doing the writing and learning more about the craft of the written word. Um, and I thought I wanted to start with that because, again, English is not my first language. So a lot of things I don't know. And a lot of like pivotal information was shared to me in a time that I was very, uh, I didn't want it to learn another language. Like, I was like, I born and raised, and at that point, I was like, I will be my entire life here. Our language is Spanish. Everything here is in Spanish. Why am I learning another language as if I will use it? Um, so I have a lot of knowledge lagoons because I was a stubborn young teenager. Uh, and because no one in my immediate family was interested in languages, they never were like, no, these are all the reasons that you should learn a language. So now as an adult, I need to fix that because it's my job now. Um, Lisa says to Tiffany, I've been looking at something like that recently. I got a new job finally, so I'm hoping to get back to things soon. Nice. And then I got a new job, so I got behind on author business. That happened. That's gonna be a transition of someone who works and has worked for a very long time and who works for others, because it's very different when you have your own business and then when you transition to be an employee. It's tricky. It's very tricky, but you can do it. 100% think you can do it. Um, Tiffany says, my quarter 4 goals are to finish my Christmas book that I told myself I wasn't writing, and then work on the first 2 books for next year. Nice. I mean, I am already kind of like in the season of like winter and Christmas and all that. So anytime someone is like, yeah, I'm writing a Christmas book, or I am working on a Christmas book idea, or I am revising, or I'm gonna publish, I'm like, yes, give it to me. Uh, JC's like, I feel like I missed a lot. I want to go get on in my PJs. Let me rewind. Yes, Storming Cup Res. Oh, and enjoy my birthday. Yes, you do enjoy your birthday. Yes, two. Tiffany did two. She's can be insane, but we also love it. And thank you. Thank you, Chins. Um, so yeah, it seems I'm loving that you guys have more manageable and realistic goals. Um, also, I do want to say before I really told myself I was going to do this 12-week year thing for this next 12 weeks, starting on October 5th. My workload for the next 3 months was crazier. So it seems a lot, but I pared it down tremendously. I'm just saying, I I made the executive decision and I gotta be proud of it, even though I'm like, this might push things that I wanted to do in 2026 not to happen in 2026, but that's not a problem for now. That's what I'm telling myself. Elise says, I got Christmas movies on right now to get in that mood. Ooh, I usually just have like ambience videos. Like just a good ambient video when you're like in a really cozy like bedroom or living room with a fireplace. There's like a big window with snow falling and there's the wind sound. Love it. I mean, I'm gonna get back into the playlist of ambience, winter ambience videos that I created for when I was writing the first. I almost went and grabbed the book and I was like, no, I can't. But the same playlist for ambience videos, I'm gonna pull it back again. That's the one that I used when I was drafting my first holiday book, and I'm gonna use it again for my second holiday book. Because it's the vibe. It's also I've been burning candles that smells like pine trees for like 2 months to tell my brain that it's not that hot. So so my brain is already like, let's just move on from summer already. So yeah. Uh JC asks what movie you're watching, Alicia. Tiffany says, I could maybe watch some Christmas movies because the story I'm thinking of has steamy Hallmark vibes. But I think I'm going with candles. I do like those videos too when I'm writing. Yes. I love this like hot, steamy, like it has steamy colored Hallmark vibes. I feel like, see, Sally for holiday books she pares down the steaminess a lot. Like her shorts are very can be very steamy, but her full lengths not necessarily. I don't know how it's gonna turn this one. I have absolutely no idea. I need to outline it, so not sure. But mine feels like a little bit more like Netflix Christmas movies, sort of, I think. I know. I don't know. I'm just like guessing for myself. JC says, Esther, and anyone really, do you have a song or playlist recommendation that gives romantic suspense vibes? I'll have to think about it and look, because I don't write romantic suspense, so I don't have any like suspense-y music. I will say, check. There's a lot of like dark romance playlist in YouTube, and maybe those will have a couple of songs that might fit that vibe. Um, but yeah. Elisa says it's called Winter in Vale. Ooh. Let's see. Elisa says my candle smells like apple fritters. I'm stuck in fall mode. The thing is, I don't think all of my fall candles have been burnt, and I haven't gone anywhere that I will buy candles to get fall scented candles. Also, I usually just I'm getting a little bit similar to Andrea Severson here on YouTube that kind of like has like burns a candle for the projects that she's working. I don't do it for all of them, but I don't have anything that I will be writing that is gonna be fall vibe. And I prefer winter scents. I mean, I've just preferred the pine scent, and that's what I have like four candles of. So that's what I will be burning the rest of the year. That, just that. Oh, yep. Got Lacey Shepherd in it. Uh, yeah. Uh, y'all, I actually pulled up the romance outline worksheet I created and plotted this book out a little. See? See? I know I've gone through quite a few of those playlists already. Okay. Uh, Elise says, this year Christmas book for me is a suspense. One connected to Beacon. Next year is more Hallmarky. Nice. Uh, JC, did you try Abby Evans? I think she has a playlist that gives that sort of vibe. True, true, true. I was about to say check Abby Evans' playlist. Is that Romance Outline Worship on your coffee page? Regina asked Tiffany. And Tiffany, you can also find a movie with the vibe that you want and see if they have a movie score. That's good. Good, good, good idea. There you go. And then I no, it isn't. I always worry about sharing things like that because my brain can be weird. Totally understand that. I said burn what you enjoy. Yeah, that doesn't sound right, but you get it. Yeah, I do get it. I totally get it. Uh, there you go. Um, so yeah, that's my plan for the next 12 weeks. As for what is left of September and the beginning of October that I am not counting as quarter four, I will be crazily drafting one of the Snowdian duologies because the release day is really close. And I think I'm really gonna blog it because y'all, the craziness that, and it kind of like gonna go well with a video that I am gonna re-record because I don't like how the first recording went, so I'm gonna re-record it. But it will go well, because it's kind of like shows kind of like the idea of like people really reject the idea of writing to market, and I 100% understand, but you can find what is popular on the market that you also want to write and just grab it and ride that wave. So that's pretty much what I am gonna be doing. My Sally Snowden, uh, the one that already is out, it's been like it's back again, getting like a huge up sake of like reads, and because it's very affordable, it's getting orders, like it's getting bought. Um, so, and we're also getting into the holiday season, and mood readers will be very soon starting to look for winter and holiday reads. So I am gonna, you know, grab grab the opportunity, just write it, add two more Snowden to my backlist, and then promote the holiday romance that I already have out like crazy. Um, and and see where we land at the end of the year. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm also hungry, and I don't want to really eat in front of you guys. Pizza can be a little bit of messy. Um, so, and usually these lives are usually just an hour, 15, 20 minutes. They're never that long. Um, I also do have to go to bed early because I do work tomorrow at 8 a.m. Not happy about that, but it is what it is. Um, let's see. Okay, craziness. So it is like a combination of the three act structure and romancing debate with questions to us about each point. See, that's why I'm a little worried about the Halloween book I have coming up next month. I'm questioning if it should have come out sooner. I, for what I can see, because a lot of readers are still very much into like fall reads, and Halloween kind of like fits that. Um, as I mean, I haven't checked when it's out, but as long as if it comes towards the beginning of October, you should be fine because there's still throughout the month people are still gonna be like, oh, we want to read fall books. Um, Now once you get into November, there's still gonna be people wanting fall books, but there's going to be an increase of people searching for holiday books because for a lot of mood readers, kind of like November and December are the only like holiday months. Not many readers will still read winter Christmas books in January and February, which still are winter months. But hopefully your book is kind of like towards the beginning, the middle to the beginning to the middle of the month, so you still have time. Um, this is true, but probably what she's wondering is like how many people will like it's not that there's not a lack of readers, is that if there's not a good amount of readers picking up the book, the algorithm is not going to help you find readers. Um, but if it's not just a Halloweeny book, you can still promote it year round. And there's a lot of people who will want to revisit the fall vibe throughout the month. Um, Also, the other side of the world, like right now, the other like half of the world is in we're getting into winter and they're getting into summer. So when we're getting into summer, when we're getting into spring, they're getting into fall, and so on and so forth. It's like there's other um markets that will be in that season when other markets are not. I think I can get away with marketing as more than a Halloween book. I mean, they are going to a Halloween party, but it is a mass party. Yeah. So you could promote it during the Halloween season, kind of like a Halloween book, but the it will be smart to do a more like a masquerade ball party style of promotion. So it's not entirely tied to a holiday. So so it will work year round. Yeah. Uh, so friends, that will be it. I'm gonna go ahead and bid you all a good evening, a good rest of your Friday. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my pizza and probably watch something while I do that. And then I'm gonna outline that Snowden book, that one of the two that I'm gonna be writing and releasing. Um, so I'll see you guys next Friday for sure. So hopefully quarter 4 will treat us all better than the other quarters. You are very welcome. Thanks for the stream. Got my plans written up for quarter 4 finally. Yes! It was a quick, it was very quick. And because you came a little later, it feels quicker for you. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I am, oh, I hear Sam drinking water and it's almost done. So she's gonna kick that ball and let me know. And like, woman, human, give me water. Cause she's the one that, she's, she rules here. We are just peasants. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bid you all adieu. See you next Friday. Bye, friends.